Hi guys! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Are you ready for some pasta? Hi guys, welcome! Welcome to the kitchen. How are you guys? Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's eat. Yes, let's make pasta. Can you believe that we haven't made pasta once in this show? It's not acceptable. So,
somebody say pasta?
somebody said pasta. I want to just get a few things started and then we're gonna talk. Two things. Yeah, I think that today we should talk a little bit about depression, just to keep it up. No, we should talk a little bit about depression and what we do to get through it. So, depression is the very uplifting theme of the day. Yay for us! But also, I'm gonna make this pasta, right? Today theme is depression. Yay! How cool! So I want to. I'll tell you what. Today we're making this winter pasta. And winter pasta al forno. I never made it before, but I went to the farmer's market yesterday and I found this amazing vegetables that comes from Italy. I mean, I don't know if it comes from Italy. It's very popular in Italy. It's called puntarelle, and or cicoria, chicory basically. I've never cooked with this. I always had this in a pinzimonio. So you dip it in olive oil and vinegar and you eat it.
It's pretty strong.
It's very good raw. Not really.
No?
It's a mild bitterness. It's very pleasant. I love it. You can have some.
I think in New Orleans they some of the coffee.
Whatever. No, but if you dip this in olive oil, good olive oil, and vinegar, it's really good. So I had that, and I found this, and then I had some cauliflower, and I thought, let's do something new and experiment together. I actually really love how this show is turning into a kind of farm to table philosophy, which is my philosophy. I think that there's something really profound in cooking with what the season gives us. And there's something really, I feel, odd and wrong in eating like a peach, a nectarine in November, and so I like to go with the flow of what nature gives us and what the farmer's market gave me. And farmer's market gave me puntarelle, chicory, and the last batch of cranberry beans and cauliflower. So let's get into winter with this farm to table kind of.
Okay, Tesoro, don't you always try to buy not imported and organic and locally grown? So
I
it's
try
the
to buy
closest thing to farm to table.
I really try to buy locally grown and in season, because I find really interesting that the term farm to table now has become this fancy thing. You pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go to a restaurant that does farm to table, which is amazing, but it's basically the way it used to be, and how we turn something that is natural and just the way it's supposed to be into something super expensive and fancy, right?
Now it's factory farm to
No,
wrap it and frozen at the grocery store.
There are all these amazing restaurants that serve like the best food,
truly.
but you have to spend hundreds of dollars to eat something that's how it was meant to be anyway. So I really try to respect it down. Well, before we chop this, I'm gonna throw the pasta because we're pre-boiling the pasta. I'm gonna use ziti. I think there is a pasta that comes from Sicily. It's typical of Sicily. And I love it. I love it because my mom hated it and she never made it. It's smooth. It's smooth, but it's rustic. Can you see it? And so it kind of the sauce and the flavor, whatever you eat it with, kind of sticks to the structure of the pasta. I love this pasta, and I think that it's perfect for a pasta al forno. Now, I'll tell you more about pasta al forno as I'm salting the pasta, and then I'm gonna move the camera. I'm just salting the pasta, okay? So, water is boiling. Let's bring it to a nice boil. And then I'll tell you pasta al forno, what it means for Italy, for Italians, and what actually can mean to you, because it's a great way to make a pasta fancy. And as I said yesterday in my video, it's a great way to make it in advance. And when you don't have time, and it's always a great success with guests, okay? And you can make it. Okay, here we are. The pasta is cooking. Let's keep an eye on the time. Okay.
Can you tell them what al forno means?
Yeah, I'm telling you now, al forno and means we chop these puntarelle. We're gonna saute them. I'm gonna move the camera so you'll see better. Saute them with some olive oil and salt. But we're gonna do this together. So al forno means that the pasta is then after it's cooked, mix it with actually whatever you want, because you can make it with ragu, you can make it with usually it's made with bechamel sauce. You can make it with asparagus, pretty much any vegetable, and plain tomato sauce, cheese, and basically you cook the pasta, you saute the vegetables that you're making it with, and then the pasta is cooked already. Put it in an oven pan and just broil it and roast it. Like usually you put cheese in it. We're gonna put cheese, and we're gonna actually put an egg. The bechamel sauce becomes, gets all together with the pasta, the cheese melts, and then you have this beautiful crust on top. So it's really it's what Italians eat on a Sunday. It's pasta al forno,
Tesoro, what is al forno?
Al forno means
technically?
in the oven. So it's pasta in the oven.
See.
So it's pasta in the oven. Sorry, I think that I have missed the one important thing. Bobby Flay would have fired me. Like, you haven't described the one thing that makes this pasta.
Yes, and it's also a pseudonym for Harpo Marx, apparently.
So, wait a second. Then we're going to talk about that later. I really need to get going with this and talk about the food. Puntarelle. I never cooked with this. So let's try together and I'll tell you if it's good or not. So yeah, you can make it in advance. You can freeze it. I often freeze it. I made it last Christmas, I believe, and I made so much that I froze a whole batch, and then you just put it back in the oven when you want to eat it. Or you can make it the day before, put it in the fridge, and then only put it in the oven before you eat with your guests, or for you. So you make the pasta, assemble it. Now we're gonna assemble it together today, and then you just put it in the oven. Put it in the oven like 45 minutes before eating, so that it has the time for the cheese to melt, but then for the pasta to actually rest, and the following day is even better. So I'm experimenting with these vegetables. I thought it was worth a try. I didn't think that I would find these vegetables at the farmer's market, and I thought, why not? So yeah, it's a pasta it's the pasta that Italians eat on a special occasion. And I thought, is there a more special occasion than eating it with you guys here? No. And also, I really wanted to eat it tonight for dinner, because that's what we're going to have for dinner.
Yep.
So it's both farm to table and convenience. So let's move the cameras to where the action is going to be now. Give me 1 second. As you can see, we're still a little bit homey here. And a little bit homey. We're going to saute our vegetables. The cauliflower I have already steamed. Nothing other than steamed cauliflower, okay? And what we're gonna do with it, we're gonna then mix them. We're gonna mix them. Fantastic. Okay, our pasta is boiling. So I just put some olive oil and chop the vegetables, okay? I'm gonna be shy with salt because I salted these beans a little bit too much yesterday when I cooked them. So these are cranberry beans that I have. It was the last batch of fresh cranberry beans because they're a summer crop, and I love fresh beans. They cook so easily and they're so good. The flavor is amazing. So I saw them, they were still okay, and I thought, well, it's a pasta, we don't need meat, it's protein, and let's make this rich but healthy pasta al forno. I'm not gonna use bechamel sauce because I want it to be a little bit healthier. And so I'm just gonna use some cheese and I'm gonna put an egg. I'll show you, it's really nice how the egg makes it all come together. It's very southern Italy. Can I have another wooden spoon, please, love?
With a hole in it or not?
With the hole. I don't know. What does the hole?
It allows you to stir it more easily through thick liquids, probably.
Oh.
Or thin liquids.
So while this is sauteing, I'm really curious to taste it. We said, why no sauce? I'm actually gonna use. I'm not gonna use bechamel sauce. I'm gonna use eggs, cheese, and some Oatly to make the bechamel. I didn't have the time to make the bechamel sauce, and it's a little heavy, so I want it to be a little bit lighter. Now I got home from the market as quickly as I could. Didn't want to miss you. Oh, you didn't. Thank you for being here. But the eggs are absolutely not necessary. I'm gonna add them because they kind of make up for the bechamel in a way. But you don't absolutely need to add eggs to this. Bechamel sauce is basically butter, flour, and milk. Delicious. Makes the pasta al forno a real pasta al forno. I just want it to be a little healthier because we're eating it.
You want it to be a little healthier? What is it?
Flour, butter, and milk.
And milk.
So I'm not using it. That's why.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I'm not using it, love. I didn't have the time.
What?
I mean, I went to Whip Away to buy a skirt. Probably I should have made it.
No bechamel.
I bought this skirt today, you guys.
Isn't that beautiful?
I bought it at Whip Away. I fell in love with it. So I used to purify veggies and add them to tomato sauce. So my kids did it. Oh, purify, yeah. Purify?
Puree.
Yeah, that's what I do with Catherine, by the way. So, did Catherine like her? She did. She ate it all. Very happy, she did. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. I want to know from you guys. Tell me. You know, we talked a little bit about depression these days because I was depressed. I think that the older I get, the longer it takes for depression to leave. But what's your relationship with depression? If you don't have it, if you don't suffer from depression, was it difficult for you to understand people that have depression? Because I realized that my father, for example, couldn't understand it. My grandmother suffered a very severe depression in those years where it was considered you're crazy, and when they were doing electroshock, it was a very severe depression, and my father never really understood. He never really understood mine until he actually talked to Ben, and for some reason he understood Ben's depression. He had a different, I don't know if he had a different perspective,
Because we're manly men.
I don't know, but I know that after
we're manly men.
After accepting Ben's depression, he became really not only tolerant with mine, but actually really concerned and involved into my depression. And I found it, I was just wondering, what's your relationship with depression? And do you have people in your family that suffer from depression? Your show is great for depression. I'm working, but I want to later. Is that possible? Yes, Stephanie, it is possible. For the next 24 hours, you can see it on my Instagram stories, and then I'm going to upload it on YouTube. But you can watch it for the next 24 hours on Instagram. Thank you for coming by, though. No bechamel sauce. My grandmother also. Can you read me the comments, my love? Because
yes,
I'm burning.
Writing to Lever Priscilla, maybe she's from Philadelphia, said the depression was especially tough today, and that she didn't feel like cooking and got takeout, which makes her feel guilty.
No,
Listen,
no.
you should not feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty, you
You should
know.
not feel guilty. Listen, we got takeout last night, and we both suffer. If you look at either of our accounts on Twitter or Instagram, we both suffer from time to time from literally crippling depression. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. And if you need to take a time out and order in, do it.
And you know also what I learned? That whatever you can do is enough. You know?
Also, it's like having a cold. Depression is an illness. You
the
might
little-
as well
I
have
need
a
to drain the
cold
pasta. I'm
and
draining
feel
the pasta,
bad
you
about
guys.
having a cold.
Draining my pasta, okay? So yeah, I mean, Ben knows I'm not graceful in my depression at all. And you know what? What my line of thought is? I'm gonna tell you this looking at you guys in the eyes because I'm draining my pasta.
You should come over and do that.
I know, but I need to drain the pasta. So, move, please. So, I'll tell you this. I spent years when I was younger feeling guilty for my depression, feeling guilty for not doing enough, feeling guilty for not working hard enough on it, feeling guilty. And you know what? It's not right. It's not right. It's not fair to us. And it's not about, can you get me some olive oil from the pantry? And so today, I think that whatever we can do, it's enough for today. It's enough. There's no rule on what you have to do for depression. Whatever you can do. You know, the other day I said, whatever kind of reaction you can brave today, that's enough. For today, it's enough, you know? Sometimes there's barely sometimes counter reaction may be taking a shower. Sometimes counter reaction may be
Contrary action?
yeah,
Okay.
getting out of bed is, you know, and sometimes you may be stronger and it can be going out in the world. And yesterday I went to the farmer's market. This sense of guilt that we put on ourselves when it comes to depression or with anything. We have this, it's not fair. And it doesn't help. So, can you read me more comments?
See.
Because my comments are kind of stuck.
Yeah,
so.
Tom Sennell said it's a tough subject for me. My mother suffered terribly and I didn't understand it. I definitely have bouts too. I feel ya. Anna Maria Why Not says, depression is real for me. The worst is when it makes me not want to eat, which triggers my hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
That is a bad
Yeah,
cycle.
I have the same thing too.
Mona and Griffin has it in tiny bursts. Her daughter has anxiety. It's rough. You know what? And Lathers, etc. says, my mom is a Holocaust survivor, and I always thought she was unhappy with me. Well, you know what? When we suffer with depression, we usually aren't unhappy with anybody around us. It's the depression. Sometimes we are, but it's the depression usually. And children, it's really important to explain to them that mama or papa isn't mad at them.
Yeah.
That we just don't feel well. It's really important to do that with kids.
You know, my mom had to, with my grandmother, she had to walk on eggshells all the time because she thought that whatever, you know, the wrong word could trigger a suicidal act or could trigger an episode of depression. And so it's really important for me not to do that with Catherine. But it's actually really difficult because it's difficult to snap out of that just for a second, you know, even with your kid. But the one thing that I really think is essential is today it's enough. Whatever you're doing today, it's enough. You know, there's I want to taste these. Can you keep reading the comments?
Yes, You're So Bad said, I allow myself one day a year to wallow in self-pity. I carry on all the other days as best I can. Never judge others and be kind to yourselves. That's a really good idea. Depression isn't self-pity, but I think you absolutely know that. Queen Holodragon had anorexia and says it sucks, which it does.
It does. And you know what? My depression always triggered my anorexia because when the depression was really, and I'm on antidepressants these days, But when depression was really bad and I wouldn't eat, it would trigger the whole rabbit hole of starving and then binging and purging, and it was all connected, and this is one of those things that one feeds the other, so
You know what?
so basically let me start telling. I'm browning these, like I'm cooking them pretty well because I want the time in the oven to be just a time for the flavors to come in. I must say that I prefer these vegetables raw than cooked. It's really, I like it. I think that raw has all the beauty of the vegetable.
Little fire never hurt anything, except,
No,
if you're in
it's
it.
nice though. It's almost, no, now that is, you know what is very good about these vegetables? One
Okay.
second, I want to tell them. When it's almost charred. So it's almost, it reminds me of radicchio, when you grill radicchio. But it's a little bit more delicate. So it's really, so let it brown very well. Okay? I'm gonna let it for a few seconds here. While Ben reads me a comment, I'm gonna
Lou,
start
and then I have to
assembling.
put my contacts
I'm
in.
gonna start assembling the pasta.
Lou Gold said, seriously, your show helps people who are down. How about that, Carla?
Thank you. I'll tell you one thing and then we'll go back to, I'm using this. Actually, I'm gonna use the bigger one. Let me use the
Temsino
bigger
said, best cooking chat ever.
one. Yay!
You got some amen sisters.
Not good. This is not enough.
Tarea Lisa says, hello.
So I'm going to pour the pasta in here. So this is ziti pasta. I just put some olive oil so that it wouldn't stick, okay? I'm going to, Ben, can you stir this a little? I'll show you now. So I'm gonna put the pasta in the, ziti pasta in the pasta al forno is really a very southern Italian thing. And I'm not even from the south, but it's something that, so.
Papa is.
Yeah, but this, yeah. And I think that this is probably also where and also the egg, I think it's a southern thing. More than in the north we use more bechamel. But again, nothing is bechamel. When I have the time, I love bechamel. And you can actually add bechamel to pretty much anything. It's like butter, it makes everything better. So these are very brown, yeah. So I'll get back to your comments, guys. I just need to, if I do this to read the comments, I burn myself. So, no, thank you. So, pasta, right? So here we're gonna dress this pasta. Now, this is almost ready. I'm gonna actually move this to a lower fire here. Okay, so I can move this closer to you guys. Okay? Now, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to move us a little bit more. Okay, so what we're doing now, we are adding all the ingredients so that then we can put it in the oven and wait for the magic to happen. Cauliflower. I'm very ambivalent about cauliflower. So what I did with this cauliflower, I just steamed them. And I over steamed them because I wanted Catherine to eat them. And if they are a little bit crumbled, that she would eat them, I knew that she would eat them better, more easily. She really didn't. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of crumbling, yeah, the cauliflower, almost like you would do with a soft cheese, I guess. But if you want to make this pasta all about cauliflower, you can keep the cauliflower a little bit more crunchy. What I love about pasta is that just like a salad or a soup, you can really do whatever you want with it. So you can, like this is a beautiful pasta you can just make with cauliflower and broccoli, for example. You can make it with asparagus and mushroom. You can make it with kale. You can make it with spinach and ricotta. I'm gonna actually put some almond milk kite-held ricotta. So it's kind of a great medium, to like a kind of a white canvas to, you can play with it. So I put some cauliflower. I'm going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get there, very close to you guys. So let's, I'm going to wash my hands. I really really love to play with food that is not like a very strict. I'm coming. Oh, okay, it's not a very strict recipe, you know, that you can use your creativity, or the creativity, but also the. I'm gonna move a little. The creativity, but also the what's on the market, you know, and or what you feel like eating tonight. So here we have the pasta with the cauliflower. What we're going to do now, we're going to saute these. Okay, these are ready. They're very well charred. Now I'm going to show you. Now, they're going to give a nice charred taste to the cauliflower. I'm going to add a few beans. It's a shame because these beans were amazing, and I really put too much salt yesterday. Let me scroll down through your comments. Reading your comments. I know that I haven't read all your comments. Ben just left for a second. I wish I could. I sit in the sun for 20 minutes a day at least. You know, that's something that's a really hard counter reaction for me. So I'm gonna just put some few beans. You know, these are cranberry beans. I cooked them yesterday. I posted a video. Water, a carrot, some celery, and bay leaf. I use bay leaf a lot when I cook beans or lentils. It really gives a nice earthy taste. I don't know, it makes a difference. If you don't have anything to put in your broth, but some, I'm not gonna use all the oil because they're a little salty. If you just have some bay leaf when you boil your lentils. Now, what are we doing? We're gonna use some cheese in here, okay? Because, actually, let's put the puntarelle first. So these are our puntarelle. See, they're very well charred. Love it. Love it. Still, I think that this vegetable shines eaten raw. Hi, Teresa. Your videos are wonderful. Thank you so much. I know that I'm not reading all the comments. I promise that I will later. And now when this is in the oven, I'm gonna focus on you guys. I'm going to make this a vegetable winter pasta al forno. So I'm gonna be actually generous with my vegetables because that's what I want this pasta to be. And also because for me the trick is really to eat a lot of vegetables. I'm gonna put them all. It's gonna be a beautifully rich pasta al forno. So for me the trick is really to eat a lot of greens always in my plate. So I really like pasta. I have pasta almost every day, but I always have pasta with greens. And I think that what a great way to enjoy something delicious as pasta, and that they both enhance each other, the pasta and the vegetables. And I really need the green. I really need it. So, you know, pasta with kale, pasta with broccoli raw, pasta with broccoli. So here we have, now we put all the healthy stuff. Let's play with cheese.
You know what Raina is?
Huh?
Do you know what Raina is?
Raina, I think, Raina?
I'll find it.
Okay, so what I'm using here, I'm using some Asiago cheese. I'm using some Kite Hill almond ricotta, and I'm using 1 egg, okay? So, I wanted to use some goat cheese, but I'm hoping that Catherine is going to eat a little bit of this pasta, and I think that the reason why she didn't love the frittata is that there was goat cheese in it.
She ate a lot of it.
She did eat it?
I thought so. Today she kept saying more frittata.
This is the Kite Hill ricotta, okay? Almond ricotta. Actually, I'm gonna crumble it. But
Shameless Steinway plug. Raina?
hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. Okay, so I put some ricotta. But I think it's kind of a sponsor. So what I'm using today I'm basically using what I have, which is Asiago cheese. Love Asiago cheese. It's a great, it has flavor without being too strong. And so when it comes to Catherine especially, but I love, she's here. She's in here. I love the mild flavor of Asiago. I think it goes well with a lot of,
Whenever you're ready.
it goes well with a lot of, with pretty much every food without overpowering, you know. So I'm gonna just cut it like in little cubes. I'll see you in a second, okay? Careful, there's something on the floor.
Okay.
So I'm just cutting little cubes.
Westful?
And so you can start to understand why this is like a special occasion pasta, because it takes some work, but it's also, you know, pretty rich. So you eat on a Sunday after church, if you go to church. But that's a very Italian thing. I have questions. I have some questions. Let me see. No, I don't have a question. Let me see. Did you preheat the oven? Yeah, the oven is heated. Sorry, that's a great question. The oven is at 425. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in, let it cook for a little, and then I'm going to broil it because I want the top to be all brown, because we're going to grate Parmesan cheese or Pecorino cheese if you want. I'm really into Pecorino these days. Village pizza on Larchmont, not bad. Oh, I tried that. I need to try that. My sister has gained weight in her nursing home from getting regular meals. Bye, Reina.
Bye.
See you on Thursday. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ben. Feel like better. Yeah, Ben, good men you have. I do have a good man. But you know, we fight. Yesterday we had takeout. We had a big fight. We had Thai. And we had a big fight. I tend to fight when I'm depressed because depression makes me angry. And so I tend to fight when I'm depressed. Sunlight for many. I know. So I'm still chopping the little Asiago. I know. And sunlight is, for some reason, is really hard to, when you're depressed, to get into the sun. Because it's almost as if there is a disconnect between your brain and your body. And so your body can't do what your brain needs. I don't know. I'm just guessing. That's what it feels to me. You know, your body needs food and you don't eat. During an episode of depression, it's hard to make myself do anything. I know. I'm glad you like to see the healthy food I make. That really kind of helps me. And having Catherine, you know, having two, hey, she has to eat. So I can be depressed. And sometimes the other day I said, I wish I was one of those mothers that don't care and just give chicken nuggets to their kids. And I can't, you know, I can't. I put a child in the world and it's not fair to that child. Nothing wrong with chicken. I mean, I don't eat chicken, but I just felt, you know, our kids deserve better. Pasta makes me feel too bloated. I usually use brown rice. You can use, if you use quality pasta, I think that, or you know, you can use rice pasta or any kind of non-gluten-free pasta to make pasta forno, I'm sure. So, okay, now we added the cheese. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a little bit of Oatly. Or if you drink milk, you can add cream or milk. I'm going to add this Oatly. I can't find it everywhere, but this is a full fat. It's amazing. It tastes like cream. It's really delicious. So I'm just going to add a little bit of it because it's going to create that moist that tends to disappear in the oven. Tiffany is not goat cheese. This one is almond ricotta, the Kite Hill almond ricotta. Yeah, so the Oatly or the cream, whatever you use, because we're not using bechamel sauce, is going to make sure, is going to keep the pasta moist. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more, and then I'm gonna try before I add the egg, and I'm gonna try the salt situation. Hi, no worries if you're late. Welcome. Welcome. Now, you know, I saw someone wrote, I love how you have the confidence to create meals. You know, it's really about, I make mistakes, and not everything comes out. Nothing really comes out bad, but not everything comes out outstanding or something, you know, unforgettable. It's about really be curious and trying. So what am I adding here? I said I want to taste the salt, and it's very, oh, nice pasta. Nice. I love this. I'm gonna add some cauliflower. Romanesco I love a lot, more than cauliflower. Oh, this is a nice pasta, you guys. I like it. See, that's the thing. When you start and play with food, you discover flavors, you discover new things, you discover new ways of eating. So I added some salt. Now I'm going to put the egg. The egg is not really necessary, to be honest with you. I may actually put it. Why do we have to put an egg? We have the cheese. The cheese is going to melt. Let's keep the egg. You know, if we can avoid eating too many eggs, you know. I had some leftover frittata for lunch. So, okay, so what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to put a little bit more Oatly, and I'm going to put a lot of Parmesan cheese, and it's going to create a beautiful crust. And then I'm going to share with you the recipe for my guava cookies that I made yesterday, because you have asked. So the website is being worked on. Abby and Valerie, my two angels, are working on the website. We're completely remodeling the website. It's going to be a whole new thing, a brand new experience for you to interact with me, interact with each other. It's going to have all the recipes, okay? So no more excuses. And it's going to be a really fun place to hang out, I hope. Okay, so here we have this. And let me try it one more time because I want to make sure the salt is right. Nice. Oh, nice. Nice. I love it. I love this, you guys. Ooh, the Oatly really brings it all together. Will you post? I will post the recipe on the blog. I will post the recipe on the... Hey, Lydia, come over for dinner. Not kidding. Come on over. Okay, so let's grate some Parmesan cheese. I'm actually going to grate a mix of Parmesan cheese and pecorino cheese because I have this little bit of pecorino cheese. So this is going to create a beautiful crust on top. And it's going to give an added level of flavor. Oat milk is delicious. Good for you, Alice. I never would be a fast food mom in a mini. No, I can't. Just like, you know, that's the thing about depression. It's having a child. It's that line between I have to do things for her or I just give up and let go. And it's so easy to get to the point where you just want to let go, you know. And when I talk about depression, I don't talk about, oh, I'm sad. I've been suicidal, you know, and there are times when all I can think about is, I wish I was dead. And then, you know, the sense of guilt because, hey, look at the beautiful life that I have, the beautiful, you know, I have challenges, but it's a gifted, beautiful life, a beautiful baby, a fantastic husband, health, and yet you want to die, you know, and so it really does. It does start the guilt, because how can you not feel guilty for wanting to die when, you know, when things are So it's really difficult, and I can understand why my father wouldn't understand it, and why it's difficult for people to accept that it's not a choice, it's a disease, you know. So now we're grating some more Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna put it in the oven. So if you want, at this point, if you have bechamel sauce, you would have mixed the bechamel sauce with the pasta, okay? It would have made a beautiful cream. Ben would have been happier, but let's find a balance between flavor, and let's keep the bechamel sauce for the special occasion. I'm just gonna rinse my hand, guys. Can you see me? Yeah. So here's a towel. Now we're putting this in the oven for 10 minutes, and then we're just gonna broil it. 10 minutes in the oven, 425. Look at this beauty. I'm not kidding, Lydia. In the oven. Now, ooh, it's hot. Oven hot, hot, hot. Okay, I'm actually gonna put the convection on, and I wanna talk to you. I'm a little clean freak. I clean everything all the time. I want to share with you a few things. What is the liquid again? The liquid is Oatly. Is oat milk, and this is a full fat. It's a brand new Oatly. It's really delicious. It's my favorite. I go by myself when stressed and go to the gym. Exercise is my way out these days. Yes, absolutely. Is your diet completely dairy-free? No, it's not completely dairy-free. I use some cheese occasionally. And when I eat ice cream, but I can't really milk anymore. I don't like it, and I try to avoid it. And if I have to have dairy, I make sure I'm trying to be very careful where the milk comes from. Catherine is so lucky. Lots of friends could only. I know. It's and you know, it wasn't a judgy comment about the chicken nuggets. Some people can only afford that, and some people don't have the time for it. You know, I don't judge it. I find it sad that some kids, that's all they can experience. A modern society like America shouldn't allow that, you know. Yeah, I heard Catherine say Papa. Yeah, Catherine came back from the park. Catherine's sandwich was really good. Actually, we had it. Ben and I had it with some sauteed chard. Super excited for the website and recipes. Am I the only one to see the words are not in sync? I think that there's something wrong with my internet connection. Thanks for giving us the recipes. They are usually heavy, pasta made light. I'm sorry about the delay. I don't know what's happening. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I said that everybody is out of sync, but sorry. I'm having issues with the TV, actually, too. The TV is often not in sync. Thank you for sharing your truth about depression. Totally relate. So many people share these feelings, and we need more people to talk openly about it. I agree, and not having is a stigma, you know. You always cheer me up when I'm having a bad day. Let me open my mouth like a pumpkin and shove that brick of cheese right. I love it. You're cooking and talking about depression. They're related. They are, and you know they are, and they can be related in a unhealthy way, or they can be related in a healthy, positive way. And I have for years. They were related for me in a really, unhealthy and dangerous way. And it's really interesting. It was the last thing that I had expected from life, to see that now they are related in a completely different, they went in a completely different direction. They melted, and I think that's when life surprises us. And they told me that I would be working and dealing with food 5 years ago, I would have laughed, you know? To me, suicide is not so much about wanting to die as to stop the pain in your head. Depression is terrible. I'm having a bad spell right now. Sending all my love. Cheese. Oh, okay, you guys are cheese lovers. Now, I want to, let me go down for the Hi, Barbara. How long it's been since you ate meat, Ben? Okay, I got up to date with the. We don't eat meat. I haven't had meat in years, and I think he probably after me. Tell you about the cookies. Well, wait for. Just want to keep it. I can't wait to try it. So, these cookies. I must admit that I had never tried guava before. So on Sunday I was at the farmer's market and I was buying walnuts, and there was this beautiful, beautiful scent, and I didn't understand what vegetable it was. And so I asked, and I asked the guy, I said, "Is that a cherimoya?" No, it's a guava. Never had guava before, so I thought I'm gonna get two. A little expensive, but I got two guava fruit. I came home and opened one, gave it to Catherine. She loved it. Ben and I shared the other one piece that was left. And then took her down, put her to bed, and forgot about it. And I wanted to make cookies for dinner. I didn't know I wanted to make something with what I had in the fridge. I had one pear left that needed to be cooked. Eaten, not cooked. I wanted to make the same. So, as you know, I'm not really a baker, so I know one recipe and I keep repeating it. This is the same recipe that I used for the lavender cookies and for the apple pie in a cookies. It's also going to be on the blog, so it's going to be beautifully explained, very easy. What I did, I had this little leftover of guava that flavored the entire batch of cookies beautifully. I had some black sesame, I had some poppy seeds, and the pear. So basically this is 150 grams of all-purpose flour, 150 grams of, I'm broiling the pasta now, guys. I'm putting the broiler on. So 150 of almond flour, 30 grams of rolled old-fashioned oats, one pear, a sprinkle of black sesame, a sprinkle of poppy seed, half a guava fruit, and all chopped finely. 70 grams of sugar, very low sugar content. 80 milliliters of hazelnut oil. 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla essence. And dash of salt. Fantastic. The fragrance of, you can see the little sesame seeds and the fragrance of the guava. It's unbelievable, and I used a tiny bit. So, but this recipe will be with, I'm gonna tell you about the scale, Harmoniar. What's your name, by the way? This recipe is going to be together with all the other recipes on the new blog as soon as I launch it, and I cannot wait. So, let me check on the pasta and I'll tell you about the scale. Nice. Oh, that's what I like. The cheese is, that's a perfect finale for this show. Mr. Benmont is here and the pasta is creating this beautiful crust. I'll tell you about that. It's lovely. I didn't even have to put the eggs because it was just perfect. It's delicious, Ben. This is the scale that I'm using.
It isn't pasta fazool, is it?
And it has both fluid ounces, pounds, and grams, kilograms. So you can use whatever measurement you prefer. So it's very precise. Catherine's coming here. Hi. Pasta's ready, you guys.
Pasta.
Pasta, yay!
I thought she was saying papa, but she was saying pasta.
Chi vuole pasta? Catherine vuole pasta?
Do you want some pasta?
Sì.
Sì.
Yay, pasta. Cos'è?
You want an orange?
An orange one?
Okay.
Oh, it was paused for poor connection. Oh, here you are, guys. There was poor connection. Yeah. So the sink is probably a connection problem. I'll promise I'll fix it. Oh my goodness.
want an orange?
You guys. I'll move the ticket.
It's too hot. It's too hot, sweetheart.
Whoa! Ben, can you get me one of the thing that Gabby brought, the watermelon thing? The how are they called? The ones that you put under? No, they are in the cabinet, the very last cabinet. Very last cabinet. You need to put something
Trivet?
here. Is it called a trivet? Yeah.
Only one?
2, please.
Gaby Moreno, gracias mille, muchas gracias, Gaby Moreno, the
Gaby!
great Guatemalan singer and songwriter.
I think you know Gaby Moreno. My doctor said to cut back, even though I wasn't that big meat eater. I just gave it up altogether. The edges, I know. You guys. I mean, right? So when you're depressed and then you have this, you're like, whoa, I did something right today. Now, the tendency for this pasta is to be a little dry. So, you can add some milk to this or cream. Of course, the bechamel would avoid. No, it's not avoid, it helps. The tendency is to dry out. I don't mind it. You can put much more cheese than I did. And
Yes.
You want to try it?
Do. No bechamel. It looks awfully hot. It's steaming, isn't it?
Probably I could have even put even more cauliflower. Come here. I want them to see your reaction, the real
I want you
reaction.
to see my reaction, but I don't want you to see what's left of my poor tongue after 4 surgeries.
All right.
Oh.
No, I didn't give you the chicory.
It was great.
Can I have some?
Yes. I'm going to put a little salt on mine, but I'm a salt junkie.
You know, I kept back with the salt because I knew that the beans were salty.
Yeah, I didn't get any beans.
Okay, yeah.
No chicory, no beans.
Nice. Some salt.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Some salt, I think. Some salt. And, ooh, nice. Some salt. And that's it. Does Catherine want some? Yeah, probably a little bit more. We can put some more cheese. You can put a little bit more cauliflower or the vegetable of your choice. I'm gonna put some more salt. I'm not gonna put the flakes in this case because I want this to be more of a general. Okay, so this recipe is going to be on the website very soon. So now, of course, I'm stirring it, and so the crusty part is gonna go down again. But Papa, somebody's calling you. Papa,
Is it
hey.
papa or pasta? Catherine! Hi, happy wedding, happy yay!
Okay, guys. So. So beautiful. You can put goat cheese. You can put, just have fun with this. Fontina cheese would have been great. So, okay. Guys, we made it to another show. Do you like it? I hope that it has helped your depression. It has helped mine a lot. So, ooh, somebody rang the bell. What can I tell you? Pasta, you know, it's the best. Pasta is the best. I'm gonna have a little bit more, and then that's it because I wanna. Catherine, vuoi provare un po' di pasta?
It's a little hot, isn't it?
I wanna see if she's leave.
Isn't it too hot?
Too hot. Vieni, vuoi provare?
Caldo. Un po' caldo. Sì.
No, non è caldo.
Mamma dice che non è caldo.
Vuoi provare?
Un pochino, huh? We speak many languages at once here. Oh, she's eating it as if it were.
Cioè, prova la cicoria anche.
Do you like it? No.
Vuoi provare questo, amore? Vuoi provare?
No.
No?
She says
Okay.
more salt, please. Più di sale? Catherine?
Right.
Più di sale?
This, a winner. So,
I said more salt in Italian, and she said, sì.
let's recap. We sauteed the chicory in olive oil and salt. We steamed the cauliflower. We cooked the beans with some water, olive oil and carrot, celery, a bay leaf, essential. And this are all optional ingredients. You can make this with whatever you want. Then we combine all together. We cook the pasta. We kept it a little bit al dente. We combine all the ingredients and put some cheese in it. Put some almond ricotta. You can put an egg. You can put bechamel sauce. Hey, Elise, do you want to come here and say hi?
Thank you.
Do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Elise says hi for everyone. And then I just grated some Parmesan cheese and pecorino cheese on top. Put it in the oven, 425, 10 minutes, and then a broil. Pasta. So, what can I tell you? So, guys, happy Monday. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you try and make this. They say hi, Elise. They say hi to you. I have a party here. So I hope you're gonna have a good week. And thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing your depression experience with me. It's is very vulnerable, and this is a public forum, and so I know that is not something that everybody would do. I find it profoundly brave of you guys to share with me and with us what you're going through. But what I learned through the years is that the one thing that gets you through is when you share the good and the bad. And you can share with whoever you feel like sharing it. And so if this is why I create this community, and to create a place for us to share it. I feel like with you guys I have to be accountable. And so I hope it's a reciprocal feeling. Try to make this pasta. All the recipes are going to be there soon. And let's hang out on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and buon appetito. Thank you all for being here. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and enjoy this pasta. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. I wanna say it. Love you guys. I'm gonna read all the comments. I'm gonna read all the comments. Yes, being accountable is good. Bye bye. Night.
Being an accountant?
Accountable.
Bye bye. Sayonara. Buonasera. Hasta la vista.
Okay, bye guys. Have a good night and have a beautiful week.
$162? That's great.
I shared the story. Oh my God.